What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages ride in on the frequency of love for the highest good. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Whew. So there's an energy about you I'm seeing, like whether it's a look on your face or something, that people get a little bit intimidated by. And I'm not saying that, like, it's kind of like for whoever this message is for, like it can be like, it's like you use it in the way that you need to use it, and it's beautiful, and then at the same time it repels people from you because they like don't know how to like be in relationship with you because of some kind of like perception that they have, right? But really the energy that you have is you look past that type of thing. So you're seeing, like, you're hearing things different, you're hearing and like messaging, and you're picking up on messages like that people are saying, and then connecting them into, like, you know, some deeper understanding, because you're like interested in psychology, right? You're interested in like the human mind and philosophy and like history, and like you have such deep pattern recognition for whoever you are that you can take these things and unpack them and make them make sense for like the average person, or maybe not the average person these days. You are committed to creating healthy and harmonious relationships with yourself and others. Okay, I like this. And so, you know, you might be inside of a situation right now where that's like has been a little bit difficult to be doing, because like a harmonious relationship with yourself, it can create imbalance inside of another. And so you're committed to creating this harmonious relationship with yourself. I'm seeing this is literally in the sentence first, yourself first, before another, before others. And this is the way to be of service in the world, actually, is by creating these connections where and when you can, right? And like with who and how you can, in the ways that you can. And for someone here, I think that that's something that you know exactly how to do. Like you're like I'm almost seeing like the Matrix code, like in your brain. Like you're like, you know how to connect these dots and these pieces, and all you need to do is sit down and do it. It's like a really cool kind of thing. You're like in flow, I'm seeing. Your inner circle consists of kind, supportive, and inspiring people. Wow. Empowered people I'm hearing too, right? Supportive people, inspiring people, kind people, but not like the kindness that like is put on, not the supportive that feels like it is an obligation, you know, not inspiring people who are intimidated by you, you know, like this inner circle. It has to consist of like deep, authentic trust. You know what I mean? This is what you're calling in. This is what you're demonstrating. This is what you're living into. This is like who you've become. You've become an inspiring, supportive person as well. You've become someone, it's like you created your circle, and then like you see other people who have created their circle. And then like these circles are like, oh, that just creates like a little bit of a bigger circle, because each person's circle is like so full. You have healthy boundaries with the people in your life. Yeah, that's confirmation for me, because it's like in this kind of kingdom, everyone has what they need. They don't reach or hold or want or like steal or hurt or harm or tear down, or they just don't. They just support. They do what they're there to do. They work hard. They like love each other. You know what I mean? And like also, even when they don't want to work hard, they don't work hard. They just fuck around and play and have fun. Like harmonious relationships with yourself. Like your inner circle consists of this. You know, like people who have those harmonious relationships with themselves. People who are so aware of their passions, and people who are living into their passions. People who are excited to see this new world that they're building, that they're creating. People that want this new world. People that celebrate this new world. People that affirm you in creating your new world. You know what I mean? 444 on the timer. Okay, I'm seeing good fortune here. Hey, this is a good fortunate community to have you a part of it, is what I'm hearing as well. And I think that that's one thing that we don't even notice inside of ourselves when we're doing this work, is that you are creating yourself into a diamond right now. You are creating yourself into someone of like like notoriety somehow, but like in your simple way of being, in your quiet way of being. It's like that energy of like you're just fucking famous and you don't want to be kind of thing. Like you're just like over here and you get like, it's like Pamela Anderson getting discovered on like a jumbotron, you know what I mean? Like she's just like that, she's just that, like, who is that, you know? It's like that energy. It's like you need to know that person. And so that scared the shit out of me. It's a water bottle. Maybe that's significant. A water bottle or something? I don't know. But 5:55 on the timer. Okay. Good fortune coming out. I'm feeling like that like threw me. And now I'm hearing pops and I don't know. I don't want to. I'm just gonna like let that clear here. The battery's about to die. Oh gosh, where was I? Good for. Okay, having these healthy boundaries with the people in your life and having an inner circle that consists of kind, supportive, and inspiring people looks like something that it might not have looked like. Does this make sense? So you're sitting here like visualizing the possibility of that outcome and realizing that it would take like a trait or a skill or a tool or like a judgment to let go of or something. Like you can hold on to like your opinions and you can have your like priorities. I'm not like, this work is literally about like seeking to understand, and like even when you don't, right? And then letting go of the idea that you would ever possibly understand, you know what I mean? And like this is what is inspiring somehow, you know? You see like beautiful works of art that have stood the test of time, you know what I mean? That has been so truthful and on the nose, do you know what I mean? And I'm feeling like whatever energy that is like moving into the world as it pertains to art that's turning over here is like an energy that's being reinstilled with like intention to like inspire others. And so that means that like you have to be more creative then, you know? I think I was saying kind of at like the top of this too, is like, or maybe in a different channel somewhere along the way, but like you have to be more creative than you currently are, you know? And I think that that's something that we're all doing and challenging ourselves to think differently than we do, to try something new, break out of that, and then be like, whoa, and then be like, what else? You know, there's so much. And so you're like bursting through this barrier and that barrier and this one, your own perceived barriers, I mean. And like, I'm talking about creativity. I'm talking about like your own inspiration, right? Being like new levels of like success or something for someone here, new levels of like success, which is kind of what I'm seeing here, which is cool, because that inner circle would be this like community that would be like everyone would be thriving. It wouldn't be this thing where it's like, I need to get this thing before someone else, or I need to like tear someone else down in order to get this thing. It would not be that. It would be this beautiful, beautiful, harmonious world where everyone is like, oh, you like to do that thing? I know someone who loves to do that thing. You like, there's like, I'm almost seeing it as like a trade system. You know what I mean? Like almost like you like don't need to fucking go to college type thing either. Someone's gonna be so pissed about that. But like learning your trade, and then learning another trade, and then learning another trade, and then learning another trade, like, and then you trade up. You just keep trading up. 333. Nope, never mind. Oh my gosh. You just trade up, basically, is what this is. And maybe that's what this is, right? And someone somewhere is going to be like, oh, you traded up. Like, they're going to, like, turn that on me and be like, what do you mean trade up? Like, you're trading up friendships and shit? I'm just like, no, dude, no. I'm just inspiring. That's all. The comic card comes out. So there's an energy here that you're like moving things along with humor, right? I think that that's the elixir here. That's what's going to, like, create the more peace and more love and more kindness and bring that into the world in a way that's, like, more abundant, in a way that's, like, more impactful, more meaningful, more loving for oneself, more, you know, expressed, more intentional, right? And then also, like, just more fun, straight up. Like the comic, okay, Kairos comes out. The possibilities for the comic, the possibilities for the magician, for the fool, the royal court jester, the possibilities are endless when you have this vision, this beautiful kind of intention to create good fortune where you are, right? And, like, it comes from pain, and I think that that's maybe what this is, right? Maybe this inner circle or something is, like, so understanding, supportive, and kind and inspiring because they all, like, relate in the same way that, like, you 444 on the timer, you all relate on, like, an emotional experience as opposed to, like, an outer world circumstance or something. Like, this is what connects us under the surface. I'm getting the energy of, like, the trees that stand so tall, like these redwood trees that stand so fucking tall and firm and grounded and round, and they're like, yes, like, but dude, for even as how tall those trees are, they would topple the fuck over if they were not all communicating with the root system underneath the ground, the internal world that we don't see, that we don't even think about, but we know it's there. Somehow we know it's there, right? And so this is your internal, like, root system that you're waking up to, and you're like, so that's the Kairos card. It's like you're, like, inside of, like, this diamond fractalized, like, universe where you're just like, I can pick and choose. I can pick and choose. 5:55 on the timer. You're like, I can pick and choose now. You're like, I can be this person. Anything is possible. You're like, I can upgrade my thoughts. I can learn a trade. I can do this lighthearted. I can do this more simple. And I can do this with people who feel this too, possibly someday. You know, it's like, or maybe you already are, for who this message is for. You're committed to creating healthy and harmonious relationships with yourself and others. Yeah, you are. And that starts with yourself. And I'm getting this energy of, like, you are such a fucking funny motherfucker that you entertain yourself too. Like, that's why you don't need shit from people. Do you know what I mean? Like, that really is something that people have to, like, learn to come to terms with here too, is, like, being on their own and being okay on their own. You know what I mean? And learning what that means to be okay on your own. And learning where your attention goes when you're on your own. And learning where you want your attention to flow when you're on your own, when it's not. You know? And so you're like, wow, like, you're watching as your, like, world is detaching. Things are, you know, possibly for someone here, like, this work is creating, just like the universe is, like, is breaking things away from you. They're tearing things away from you right now. And I think that that's really important for someone here, that, like, you're watching as those things are, like, a possibility of those things, and you're, like, missing some sort of perception of, like, your identity as it relates to this thing. And then you also have this beautiful opportunity to reach deep into that fear and unearth a version of yourself who is so fierce and so loving and so kind and supportive and inspiring that you can create this beautiful world for everyone. And now you're seeing that everyone is deserving and worthy of this. Everyone now. It's like, even when we were feeling into this work and these karmics that fucked us over, okay? And they have, and they did. But the energy of you being this comic, you are the elixir, dude. You can, like, turn this into gold. You can turn this into magic. You can turn this in to good fortune for you and a major community of people. Yes, you have boundaries. You have these boundaries, and that's why you know about this community. Even if you don't know who the fuck they are, and you're looking around and you're like, I know who they aren't, you know? So like, you're sitting there like, I know my passion, I know my fucking talent, I know my worth, and you know you can be a funny motherfucker about all this too, and treat things lighthearted, and be able to just dance and play as you sing your way to the top. I don't know, maybe that's significant for someone singing, okay? We got a lot of artists in here. Maybe a comic, okay? Maybe a writer, okay? Maybe you want to apply this creatively. I'm gonna leave it there. This is absolutely stunning. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys so much for being here for another message and for doing this work, showing up in the way that you do in your life. It's so stunning, it's so beautiful, it's so worthy, and it's so important. And you're deeply aware of that. But again, I send you on your way with loving intention for you to take this message and apply it however you wish, as long as it is in for the highest good of all concerned. That's always my rule. And if it's not that, get out of here. Okay.